Hey there, Tracy here. Welcome to my channel and the November Oh So Inspired collaboration. And today we are starring Crafty Al, and I'm so excited. So let's jump into the video and see what we get. Today I am inspired by none other than Call Me Crafty Al, our big boss lady. I'm going to attempt this card. Let's go. So what I'm using today is several things, and I'll be doing a lot of things off camera. I've got my big pinking shears. These are the 5mm. I've got my Trinity Stamps Tiny Snowman Die Set. I've got my Circle Die Set A. I have my Distress Oxide and Cracked Pistachio. That's my main color I'm going to be using. And I have a hot foil plate from Trinity Stamps, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll list both these down below. And this is a Letterpress plate that just came out this year. So I'll list everything down in the description box below. And I'm going to try my best to copy Crafty Al's card. So you're going to see me making a few mistakes. So I went ahead and foiled one and Letterpress the other off camera because she had two different patterns going on in hers. And by the way, this is a hop, so I do have a hop link in the description box listed down below. And I also have the individual hoppers in case you need it. And we hope that you'll join along in our hop today. What I'm doing here is I'm creating a tag, and because she had a tag on her card, and I'm pretty much doing the same thing she did, just with different materials and supplies, because you use what you have. Now I'm going to make a bigger border piece on this, and I kind of struggle with that because I'm going to be cutting it with my pinking shears, and I have to draw lines with before I cut with those, otherwise I can't get the cut straight. I just simply can't. So I'm going to fiddle about with this a little bit while I talk about the hop. So several of us on the team hopping, and hopefully you can join along and show lots of love. See, I've got this too short. Okay, cut another one, T. You can do this. And again, it's because I'm kind of freehanding my tag because I don't have a fancy scallop tag border like she has. So, I'm just going to make do and figure it out along the way. And I'm just kind of measuring how long that is, and I'm going to try and go 1/2 inch longer and wider and cross my fingers, hope for the best. And I end up doing the rest of this off camera because I probably won't attempt this again or learn from my mistake. So I've got lots of room all the way around it, and I'm going to be cutting some off with my pinking shears. A little bit more. I'm going to cut about 1/2 inch more off of here, and with the wish and a prayer, we'll get this right. Let's lay that on. Okay. So far, so good. Now, now comes the fun part. So I have to cut this up, and I'm just going to grab my pinking shears here. But before I do, I decide to go ahead and cut the corners first. So I'm just using my little corner cutter punch here to get the corners cut out. I do have some tag dies, but it's just so much easier to punch. I just like it better. So I've got those punched out, and now I'm going to take my ruler, and here's the picture. I'm just going to look at the picture again and try and, make sure that I'm going the right way. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to draw some lines. And now I'm feeling like that's still too wide, both of them. So I'm going to cut them both down. This is, where I struggle. I'm like, this is too big. Let's go a little bit smaller, go a little bit shorter. I think we'll lose maybe 1/2 inch off of here, maybe 1/4 inch. Nope, we're going for 1/2 inch. And this is what happens when you try to case a card and you didn't watch him make the card, and I may have watched her make the card, but that doesn't mean I remember. And I'm going to go ahead and trim down my foiled piece as well. Go ahead and trim that corner off again so that I get all these kind of the right size. There was so much to choose from on Alicia's Instagram feed. And by the way, I do have her Instagram listed down below, and I also have the link to this particular project listed down below. Almost forgot. Don't want to be forgetting those things. All right, now here comes the fun part. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to make lines. And the reason for the lines, as I explained before, is I certainly cannot cut a straight line with my pinking shears without having some sort of guide. So I start out by using those holes on this ruler as the guide, and I've got them crooked. I just can't see them very well. So eventually I'll flip my ruler over and use the black line as a guide right here. And I'm just going 1/4 inch in all the way around. And I end up still trimming more off. So yeah, the majority of this video is me trying to cut this crazy tag. You know, again, use what you have. Could have left it straight. I could have cut it with my decal trimmer. All kinds of different ways I could have gone with this, but I don't know. I've been having fun with my pinking shears lately. I have a pair of 5mm and a pair of 3mm, and they're just a lot of fun. The 3mm are fun for making like fake bags. Okay, I've got my lines, and I'm not too worried about it because it's on the back side, I've decided. And then I have these big old clunkers, and what I'm trying to do is keep the teeth right along the line as I trim that down. And you have to line up the teeth again, and that's where I usually go crooked on it. And I'll just cut this out very carefully. Let me know if my sound seems strange or anything. I decided to try and use my AirPods as I'm recording this because I don't want to turn my air conditioner off. It's later in the day and I'm running behind on my project, so I thought, well, let me just try and see how well the noise canceling works. So we'll get this corner cut off. We'll do the top. And I probably should have done the top before I did the corners. We're going to find that out here in a moment. But friends, I will eventually get this. I will, I promise. So that's cute, right? But it doesn't fit right. It's too small. So I'm going to do a whole nother one off camera. I colored it with the cracked pistachio and then glued it down to the card panel and glued the tag onto that. So now I have that right, but it was taking forever and I had to do it another time or two before I got it right. Now I'm going to do my little snowman, and I'm going to put him all together off camera as well. So I've got him ready. I've got a white top folding card base. This is some fun foam. And then I've got my little snowman, and I've got my little piece of vellum. And I'm just going to use this foam, this single-sided sticky foam to pop up this panel onto the A2 card base. So as you're hopping along, don't forget to show all of the love for all of the hoppers. Leave comments, leave your thumbs up, all the sweet, lovely YouTube things that help our channels grow. And we do appreciate it. Okay, so let's just struggle with the glue a little bit here. I don't know, with such crazy weather changes, Arthur has come to visit me with a vengeance and has kept my hands very, very stiff. So it's kind of difficult to push the glue out of this bottle. I didn't feel like I had a glue press, and I didn't feel like it was any better, so I gave it away. Because I just don't need a bunch of stuff in my craft room that I'm not using. So I'll get this on here as even as I can, and once I get it laid down, I'll put something heavy on it so that glue has a chance to dry. And then we'll put the snowman onto the piece of vellum. Okay, and try not to move it if you can help it. And I'm going to use some tape. Now I started out thinking I was going to use pink vellum, but I just didn't like the look of the pink. So I went with some kind of iridescent vellum. And I'm just going to use double-sided tape, not even foam tape, to stick him down to the vellum. And that way my vellum doesn't buckle, because sometimes this is a very, very thin vellum. It was cheap on Amazon. It will buckle if you put glue on it and look funky. So I just like to use double-sided tape where I can. So I'll just tape him down. And then I can add foam tape to the back of him to just pop that vellum up just ever so slightly. And I'm just going to use this super low profile scrapbook adhesives foam to pop him up a tiny bit, or pop the whole piece of vellum up, I should say. I could have probably put a piece on the broom too, but I didn't think about it. Like I said, I'm kind of last minute on these things, which isn't typical for me. Typically, I have my stuff done a week, 2 weeks in advance, but I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird year. Glad it's almost over. So go ahead and peel the backers off very carefully so I don't break anything. And by the time I get these backers pulled off here, that panel should be dried onto the card base. And that is a top folding card base, by the way. Okay, one more. And if you weren't there last night for the Oh So Inspired Live, Crafty Owl let us know that she's putting a pause on that for a while. Just to kind of, you know, sometimes we as crafters get ourselves overwhelmed. And so she's putting a pause on that to take care of herself. So there's my copy card of Crafty Owls, and I hope you like it, and I hope you leave the video a thumbs up. Like I said earlier, check the links down below. And here's a couple of still pictures. Have yourself a wonderful day, and hey, thank you so much for your time visiting my channel. Hope you have a good one. Bye.